At 2:47 a.m. on a quiet Rhode Island highway, the world seemed to hold its breath. A lone car, swallowed in flames and twisting around a lonely tree, cast an eerie orange glow. Low. Corporal Dan O'Neill, with 15 years of service behind him, had seen his share of dangers, but something about this night carried a different weight. As he moved closer, the rhythmic crackle of fire blended with a faint, desperate whimper, a sound that tugged at every instinct. At show. His flashlight pierced the darkness, revealing a little German shepherd puppy trembling behind a guardrail, bound by a rope that felt as cold as the night itself. In that charged moment, with flames closing in and time ticking faster than his heartbeat, O'Neill lunged without a pause, untying the pup and sprinting away as the burning car erupted in a thunderous explosion. And what began as a daring rescue beneath a sky of chaos promised a tale no one had seen coming. The chill of that early morning soon gave way to the memories of that fateful night as the autumn wind swept across Interstate 95. The scent of burnt metal and gasoline mixed with the sharp aroma of night air while Dan clutched the steering wheel of his patrol car. The glowing inferno ahead was no stranger to him. It marked trouble. The clock on his dash confirmed his fears. 2:47 a.m. in an almost deserted highway, save for a few long-haul trucks and solitary travellers, the scene unfolded. A sedan, off its course, had collided with nature, its metal twisting around a tree. His radio crackled with orders as he pulled to the shoulder and declared the crisis over the calms. With every step toward the dangerous vehicle, his training took over, guiding him to scan for victims. The car was empty, but then an almost invisible whimper broke the fierce roar of the flames, a tiny sound of fear amid the destruction. His beam of light danced over the scene until it found the trembling, brown-eyed puppy clinging to a guardrail, its spirit caught in a cruel net of rope. Could such a small heart endure such horror? With each passing second, the fire grew, and O'Neill's own resolve was pushed to its limit. Yet, driven by raw compassion, he leaned in close and gently coaxed the pup, whispering words of comfort as he fought against the heat and the ticking clock. Just as he gripped the rope, the unmistakable roar of gasoline igniting sent his nerves on high alert. Without a second thought, he freed the pup and dashed for safety, an explosion behind him shaking the pavement and rewriting their destinies. What could be more unpredictable than life's split-second choices? In the days that followed, the rescued pup, later known as Ruby, soon found herself cradled in the care of volunteer foster Patricia Inman. At the local shelter, Ruby's wild energy was both a challenge and a charm. Unlike many dogs labelled impossible by others, Patricia saw a spark behind the puppy's boundless running, barking, and chewing chaos. Every playful leap and mishap, from shredded dog beds to a fridge door opened on a dare, spoke of untapped promise. Untapped promise. While most looked at her as a handful too wild to tame, Patricia sensed deep intelligence, waiting to burst forth if given the right place to grow. So, she made a call. I'll foster her, declaring that with a bit of structure and lots of heart, this little firecracker could become something truly special. And so began Ruby's astonishing journey of transformation, a promise of second chances that would soon ripple far beyond the shelter's walls. What hidden hero might emerge from the chaos of puppy misbehavior? Months later, fate would reunite Ruby with Corporal O'Neill when her past took an unexpected turn. Now a young dog with a resilient spirit, Ruby captured O'Neill's attention as he prepared to join the 9 unit. Their first meeting was charged with unspoken recognition. The once frantic, hyperactive puppy had mellowed, her eyes holding a steadfast focus as if remembering the night by the burning car. She needs structure, O'Neill remarked after watching her tackle simple commands with an eager determination that went far beyond obedience. In the early days of their training, the pair faced a rough road, with Ruby's energy at times overwhelming and her antics almost too much for a rookie 9 officer. Yet each morning, as O'Neill encouraged her with warm, steady words, a deep connection blossomed. By the 3rd month, during a practice search that required her to outsmart obstacles and take a detour unseen by the human eye, Ruby's natural talent shone through in full force. What surprises lay in store when instinct and training finally met? The true test of their unique bond arrived during a string of burglaries in an upscale neighborhood. When other leads led to dead ends, Ruby's nose was the key to unlocking mystery. As she led O'Neill down hidden paths that only her keen sense of smell could trace, The duo uncovered a pattern, a trail that wound deep into abandoned areas. Ruby's persistence and focus not only helped the authorities gather crucial evidence, but also connected thefts across state lines. That breakthrough was just the beginning of many adventures that would forge their legendary partnership. It was as if each challenge strengthened the unspoken trust between man and dog. Could any bond be as powerful as the one that turns moments of crisis into acts of undeniable heroism? Ruby's incredible journey continued with acts that defied all expectations. On one bitter February morning, a desperate call led them into a dense forest blanketed by snow. A teenage boy was missing, and the stakes had never been higher as the temperature plunged and time waned. Ruby, usually a whirlwind of energy, was different that day, focused and silent as she trailed a scent through the rugged wilderness. After hours of relentless searching, Ruby's excitement became a clear signal. She was onto something. Following her lead, O'Neill and his team discovered the young man in a shallow ravine, cold and barely conscious but alive. The delicate balance of hope and sheer determination had turned a crisis into a rescue that made headlines. And as relief washed over them, the bond between O'Neill and Ruby deepened further. How often does life offer a second chance when you least expect it? In early 2017, their teamwork faced one of its toughest tests, a hostage crisis, in a crowded office building in downtown Providence. With the situation spiraling out of control and negotiations in deadlock, the tactical team needed eyes in the dark. That's when Ruby's remarkable abilities came into play once more. Navigating stealthily through the labyrinth of vents and corridors, Ruby tracked the scents of both the hostages and the perpetrator. Her delicate efforts pieced together a clear picture of the building's layout and the captor's likely location entrance test. Her contribution paved the way for a swift and safe resolution that left everyone in awe of her quiet heroism. With one final push, the crisis was diffused and everyone was rescued unharmed. Was there any limit to what a small dog with an unwavering heart could achieve? As the years unfolded, the partnership between Corporal O'Neill and Ruby evolved beyond the call of duty. They became a team that seemed to share a silent conversation, a telepathic sync that both amazed and inspired new recruits. Inspired new recruits. Ruby's knack for reading human emotions, softening her approach when needed, and stepping in to offer comfort turned her into a symbol of hope and second chances. Their story even caught the eye of a major film studio in 2021. Leading to a movie that celebrated not just their heroic feats, but also the redeeming power of faith and love. Through every case and every quiet moment together, they proved that sometimes the best kind of strength comes not from brute force, but from understanding and care. What other wonders might still lie hidden in the heart of a rescued pup? Ruby's impact stretched far beyond the individual rescues and crime-solving missions. She became a living reminder that every life, be it human or animal, can rise from hardship to shine brightly. When Ruby passed away in May 2022, the grief that swept through communities was matched only by the flood of thank yous and treasured memories from those she had helped. At her memorial, Patricia Inman tearfully remembered that Ruby had never been just a working dog. She was a symbol that even the overlooked and abandoned can blossom into heroes. Corporal O'Neill, standing in his polished uniform, felt her absence like a tangible loss, yet he also knew that her spirit would guide and inspire him every day. How can a single act of love echo for generations? Today, the legacy of Ruby endures in every new recruit at the State Police 9 training facility, where her story is a required lesson in hope and transformation. A scholarship fund in her memory now helps train shelter dogs for service work, ensuring that her spirit of second chances lives on. Corporal O'Neill, now mentoring new partners, often recalls the gentle jingle of Ruby's tags on quiet nights and remembers Patricia's words. Sometimes a dog comes into your life not just to share love, but to teach you how much more you can give. Her legacy teaches us that every unexpected beginning might just lead to the most extraordinary ending. What will your next second chance reveal?